What do you think, Justin?
Week one. Just finished week one.
How does it feel?
Feels like the beginning of an epic ending.
Is it fair to say that this will be the best one?
In my heart, yes.
Oh!
Nod or shake reviews. Willie nod or Willie shake.
Head shark!
Hello, Johnny here with Jim Bobby. Welcome to another thing of Nod or Shake reviews. Nod if it's good, shake if it's not so good. Either way, you should check it out because you might find your new favorite movie. Starting next month, hopefully we're going to be giving out digital codes to movies for contests. The only way you could play is to be subscribed, follow the channel, and follow the Instagram and all that. Alrighty, we'll get more into details as that gets closer. Alrighty, on to the review. Fast 10.
Hard yes. Hard yes, bro.
Now be honest. Is this
no,
like
it's a hard no. It's a hard no. This is probably one of the ones that I'm actually like. Normally, I go in here and expect to end up with a brain fart and just enjoying it because it's so bad. But this was
a brain poop.
This was a whole other level. Anyway, so it was beyond belief stupid. Like, I don't know why I feel like Vin Diesel himself wrote this in a bathroom stall while playing with Street Shark toys. It's just so bad. It's so bad. And when are we going to acknowledge the fact that maybe he's not that great of a dad? This is the first time that he's taking care of a child, but seeing what has happened through the course of this movie, it makes me call into question. I get it. You're all about family. But maybe since you're all about family, you may want that family living, so give up that kid. It's a movie, so you got to turn your brain off for it.
I think you have to unplug your brain.
You got to leave your brain at home, bro, for this one.
Yeah,
I mean, the last one, they went into outer space. That was so stupid. It was funny. You know what I mean? I nodded for that one because I enjoyed myself. Now, here's the thing. And this is what I want people to go home and test because I did it and it made my brain explode but then suck itself back in to do like another implosion. Go watch this franchise, but in reverse. And you will see how crazy, this is beyond stupid at this point. It's like, why are we here? It's literally, they watched Marvel do its thing, and now it's like, and Johnny, I will give credit to you. It was a thought that I had to back when I saw 9. Is literally just trying to copy that model, and now it's to the point where they just don't care about storyline. They put Aquaman in there because they're like, oh man, superhero, get him in this movie. He is the most ridiculous villain on planet Earth.
I actually think that was one of the better parts of the movie.
I hated his character up until I think the second half of the film where he's with the dead guys. That is when I decided that
that I think was one of the shining moments. I mean,
literally, I think
he's having fun with it, which
yeah.
you can tell. Which I always like that in a movie is when you can tell when an actor's having fun with it.
And he did it. He did a good job.
Also, he's not acting. It's Jason Momoa in any movie he's been in, except for Game of Thrones. But
Jason Momoa definitely was the one who's having the most fun. Vin Diesel. I think his narcissism certainly comes through in this movie more than any other movie ever. And I'm not talking about the narcissism that Dominic Toretto seems to have, because there has to be. I mean, everybody treats you like a god in these movies after the first one. But, you hear all these bad things about Vin Diesel and how hard he is to work with. This film, this one, is the first time that I was like, wow, this guy is literally holding on to that image of family because it's literally the last piece of the facade of this dude's narcissistic. It's an awful movie. I just did not like it. And I've seen every single one twice.
I didn't mind how crazy it got. I just kind of accepted that. I mean, again, I watched The first one, Hobbs and Shaw, and then the ninth one, which is not
technically,
not the way you should watch these Fast and Furious movies. Are they not Furious anymore? I kind of knew going in that like all storytelling thing is just kind of out the window, but I don't know. I just didn't enjoy myself. First off, it was just too many nagging things for me. Like, there were almost no, and again, I kind of knew this, but it still bothered me. It feels like there's no stakes. Like, at one point, like, there just seemed like a very convenient solution to everything.
That's
it's like,
every Fast and Furious
it's
movie.
literally like, man, this didn't work. And some guy pops up and be like, I know a guy.
That's every single one minus the first one.
We all know during Infinity War that, like, eventually everything was going to be okay. This one, we knew everybody was going to be okay.
We didn't know that. We knew that it wouldn't be the end, but we did not know that everything was going to be okay. And the fact that my man Tony Stark didn't walk away tells me that it's not okay.
That's Endgame.
No,
though.
I know, but you're saying that the events of Infinity War would be rectified in the sequel. But
I think
that wasn't suggesting that it would all turn out okay, which it obviously didn't. That's why Endgame is a masterpiece.
So, I mean, that's the problem with that I have is, like, you're watching, especially the way that these movies work, is, like, people just come back to life with, like, a very convoluted, like, stupid way they came back. Like, I know the dude Han died, and then they explained it. It's like, huh?
He didn't explain it. This is the last thing I will say about this movie. Last thing, and then you can take it for the rest of the time. Enough. The man is dead. You are crossing a line at this point by having your third movie talk about the man being, like, not there.
The weird thing is
there's a way to gracefully. They did it when he named the kid Brian. That's it.
It's getting a little, for me at least, it's almost like towing a line of being disrespectful, because I think it's pulling at, if you're really still, like, a big fan of the Fast and Furious franchise, which I don't know anybody who is, it's kind of like it's trying to pull a pull string a little bit, especially because it's like, what did I say?
A pull string.
A heartstring, yes, thank you.
Pulling the pull strings, everybody.
So, it's weird because he's alive in the Fast and Furious universe, and Dominic Toretto is talking about him, and he's getting emotional. Like, he's starting to cry. It's like,
you're crying about
he's
a guy who's alive.
He goes to the parties. It's like,
yeah, it's weird.
It's a weird thing to do, but I almost would have just had him killed off screen.
Well, that's exactly my point, is the fact that you weren't willing to kill him, which, fine. You know what? They didn't want to kill him. They used his twin brother to shoot the rest of Fast 8, I think.
I don't know.
Maybe Fast 7. Used that last scene where they're at the beach and then Dom goes to leave and then Brian goes and they drive side by side together before they hit a fork in the road. That would have been the most beautiful way to metaphorically suggest that these two were splitting in a fork in the road. But every movie thereafter, you're right. Every time Dom talks about it, he gets cry. He starts to cry, and it's like, dude, you're talking about a guy who, in your universe, is still alive.
Yeah.
So that suggests to me that this is pandering to the 10th degree over a dead man.
Yeah,
and that's just sick.
I think one thing that really nagged me is that knowing that there's two more. I think one more.
I thought this was it.
One more should have been the cap. I think after.
How do you go two more times?
I also think, like, again, I don't really know the universe, but it seemed like Charlize Theron, Cypher, was kind of going to be the big bad. And then, like, it kind of seemed like the producers, Vin Diesel, was like, we could do something else, right? Here's Jason Momoa. Like,
no, she was a bad guy to movies ago. She was already, when you know that God's Eye thing that they were talking about?
Yeah.
She was the bad guy that was trying to steal the God's
But
Eye.
that's what I'm saying is you have your Thanos right there, but they it's almost
Well,
like,
let's be honest, they ain't got no Thanos in this
That-
movie.
But again, that the metaphorical. This Jason Momoa is the Thanos of this movie.
No,
For
he's
lack-
the Aquaman in this movie.
Yes, I just hate that there's two more.
And we gotta review him.
So-
I don't know if anybody, like from this world will ever watch our reviews. Back up light. But if ever a time comes where a big name director or producer sees a nod or shake from us, I hope that they take these words and have an epiphany. Enough with the freaking end credit scene. I am sick of it. He is sick of it. Especially when you do an end credit scene that is absolutely meaningless, that is literally just to create content so you can ingest content and then go back for more. Enough! Enough! Make a good film and then maybe I'd come back for a sequel. That's all you need.
I can't tell if the whole family thing at this point is like they're playing into the meme or that's just the movie, because this was like hard. This was heavy.
I legit was counting the number of times.
It's
about
ridiculous.
midway through, I lost count.
I really can't. There was like a scene where they were just like, you got to protect your family because I'm going to kill your family because
and
they're
then
your
family's
family.
there. Family,
It's like,
come and get my family. You
I'm like,
son
is
of a
this?
bitch.
Are they like kind of
Don't
like?
you have a family of your own family?
It's I don't know, man. Like.
A friend of my family is a friend of my friend.
I kind of hate when people like lean into the joke. Like when Justin Timberlake was like, "Hey guys, it's gonna be May, right?" That's when I was like, "All right, guys, pack the bags. The meme is over. Let's."
No joke. The beginning of the movie starts with Charlize Theron saying, "The family of my enemy is my family." That's what she said.
So
Family.
I don't know. I haven't seen. Again, I only saw like 3 of them. I don't know if it's that bad, but this one was like overkill with the family.
This one was not even entertaining. I always gave credit with these movies because they always ended up somehow entertaining me. This was nails on a chalkboard. Oh, and by the way, what happened?
They probably can't. I got pizza sauce big time on my shirt.
Thanks for cringing.
Thanks for cringing.